Hello and welcome to the Psychology's Life Labs course, Restore Your Balance. We've made it through to week 4 and today we're going to be thinking about how you can listen to your heart to lead a more authentic life. So I'm Lorraine Western, I'm a coach with Aspiring Mind, and I help my clients to redesign their work and their life to live more aligned with their values. So we're going to be thinking about listening to our heart, listening to our intuition, and how that can help us lead a fuller life and a life more in tune with who we really are. So if a friend maybe suggests to you something which sounds really exciting but a little bit out of your comfort zone, and your immediate response is, wow, I'd love to do that, do you then talk yourself out of it? Do you then start to go through the many reasons why you couldn't possibly do it? So maybe it's because of childcare, the money, your work situation, whatever it might be. So you talk yourself out of something that your initial response was you would love to do it. Or if you're faced with a commitment that your gut reaction is, I don't want to do this, or a relationship that you don't feel comfortable about, do you then persuade yourself that really there's no good reason for not giving this a try and end up again doing something which is against your gut reaction, that instinctive response that you had? So reason and logic are very useful traits to have, and they serve us well in many circumstances, but they do also tend to try and keep us within our comfort zone and keep us safe. So they can talk us out of adventures that we might have enjoyed. What is our gut reaction? So as an occupational therapist, I would assess a client and I might intuitively think what might work for them as a rehabilitation option. And when I then worked back to explain my clinical reasoning, what I'd actually done was process a lot of different bits of information to come to a very sound decision. And when someone suggests something to you, often you're processing a lot of different aspects of that invitation. Your decision making is going through a lot of different steps, and you're coming to a very quick, intuitive decision that actually involves processing a number of different bits of information. You've decided, yes, this is something I want to go for. However, that's when your safety features kick in and try and talk you out of it. So obviously, we could live a very safe life and just keep listening to that reason and logic, but it can lead to regrets of adventures you haven't had. So I'd like to share with you an experience I had and how I really went through this process. So when I heard that London was going to be the host city for the Olympic Games in 2012, my instinctive response was that was something I really wanted to be a part of. My sensible self kicked in pretty soon with many objections to this. So it would be difficult with a young family, it was going to cost money. I was working as a sports massage therapist with a small practice, but I didn't have the qualifications needed. I didn't have any experience of working with elite athletes. And my day job was working as a social services occupational therapist. So there were lots of objections to me going to the Olympic Games as part of the medical team. However, I really knew that was something I wanted to do. So I put my reason and logic to work in coming up with a plan over about 5 years that would give me the qualifications I needed, which involved doing a master's degree. I set about getting some voluntary experience working with elite athletes, so I got some voluntary work with Sussex County Cricket Club. I volunteered for every test event going, because at these events I would be in front of the managers of the medical teams, so they would be familiar with my name and they would know when my profile came up in front of them that I was keen and I was enthusiastic. And even against all of these odds, I managed to secure a role on the medical team with the swimmers and divers in the aquatic centre. I worked with the Paralympic athletes in goalball and wheelchair tennis, and it really changed my life. Not so much because I ended up in a career in elite sport, because I didn't choose that path, but I proved to myself that I could listen to my heart, my intuition, my gut reaction, and achieve a dream. And that has really helped me when I faced other situations that have seemed quite challenging, because I know that with the right approach and using a planned approach, which is where that reason and logic does come in so useful, I could achieve that goal. So I just wonder what your heart is whispering to you. You know, what would you really love to do? How could you, instead of dismissing the idea, use your skills and your reasoning skills to put a plan in place to achieve it? You know, it could just change your life. Next time someone suggests something and your instinctive response is, you know what, that would be amazing. Just push aside those doubting thoughts that come in straight away and start to think, you know, how could I make this happen? What could I do to achieve this dream, or at least give it my very best attempt? And as I say, it could change your life, it could change your perspective and take you on an adventure that you might never have expected. And I hope what we've discussed over the last 4 weeks has given you a range of tools that you can use to live a life which is more in tune with who you really are. I hope you've already taken some steps on that journey, and it's been an absolute pleasure to take part in that with you. So I really appreciate the chance to have gone on this journey with you. So thank you very much for that. If you are able to share any of your learning or any of what you've gained from the course, please do get in touch. And if I can help at all, again, please either visit my website or use the Psychologist Coach directory to contact me. So I wish you all the very best as you seek to restore balance, and thank you very much for your time. Bye for now.